Hey, welcome back. We're now tuned in to 4 quarters, and I'm so excited today because we got new mics.
Yes, sir.
Like, we really got new mics. And
Feeling
so
official.
I'm good and official.
Yeah.
And so I'm so excited about that because when we first started, we didn't have the proper equipment, and we just started with what we had. Yeah. And that's why the smile on my face is so big because, you know, I feel like we graduated a little bit.
Yes, sir.
And today, what we're talking about today, we're talking about having options, having many options. And so when I started to think about having many options, it made me think, is having options a good thing or is having options a bad thing? Because like for myself, I realized when I got to the point where I was able to have a lot of options, I started to get a lot of anxiety. You know what I mean? So I feel strong about this topic because I know I'm affected with a lot of options in positive and negative ways. But we'll go ahead and jump into that, man. Having options. Is having options a good thing or a bad thing?
I feel like it's a double-edged sword. Like, it's good and bad at the same time. The reason why I say that is because, like, when you got a lot of options, it may take time for you to think about what option you want to go with, so you lose time.
Yeah.
When you got a lot of options, man, it can mess you up too. You feel me? Like, you just probably like I said, you can lose a lot of time. Like, that's one of the things I know. Like, with having a lot of like options on what shoes you want to wear, you may take a long time thinking like, man, what shoe I'm finna go with. If you got a lot of options on what food you go eat, you know what I'm saying, it take a long time on deciding on what you go eat. Yeah. So that's what I feel. That's one of the things about options. I feel
that. I know you said having options earlier. I don't know. Having options is a problem. I don't know if that's the problem. I think having options is good because you get a chance to decide. I feel like having too much options is where it gets a little tricky for me personally, as far as trying to make decisions. I'm already like, sometimes I overanalyze things already. I know if I have too many options, man, it gets a little crazy because yeah. And shit, even lately, not like maybe in the past year or so, I've been dealing with that when it comes to food. Yeah. And especially you got Uber Eats at your fingertips. I never know what to eat right now. Like, I used to just be like, all right, I know I'm gonna get this today. I know I'm gonna get that today. Yeah. Now it's like there's so much options, and I don't even know if it has to do with just me just being unclear in where I am. But yeah, too much options, bro.
It's funny you say that because like I know me and my wife, we spend so much time just debating on what we gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know me, I'll be restaurant hopping.
Right.
So I'll be all over the place, but sometimes it's like, okay, well, what you feel like eating, babe? Or what you feel like eating? And then we spend a whole hour debating on what we eat, and we pass 15 restaurants.
What?
Or whatever. Or we just scrolling through Uber Eats, like you said, and it's like, man. Matter of fact, the technical term because I remember when you threw out topics, you were like options. So I looked it up. I'm like, man, in the technical term of like not being able to make a choice, is called choice paralysis. You know what I'm saying? So researchers call it choice paralysis, meaning that when you have too many options, you just stuck and you frozen. You really don't even know what direction you want to go into. So really, the problem might be, are we creating too many options? Sometimes the option is right in front of you, and then we'll just talk ourselves out of it, or we'll just put too much on our plate.
Yeah, I think that term is actually perfect because that's how I feel. I be feeling paralyzed if you feel like a blank. So. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think when I originally thought about the that topic of having options, I was in my closet and I was trying to find.
You out the closet now?
Not that.
We all straight as arrow over here.
I got no issues with anything, but not that closet. I was actually inside my walk-in closet, looking for something to wear, and so. When I went inside the closet, I was like, I don't know what to wear. I wish I had Rick's closet. I would have been able to pick my stuff out a little bit sooner.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
It's good. That's when
what
it
you
get
wish
crazy.
for, boy.
That's when it get crazy because, like, man, the options, like, it be like, dang, like, My girl always get mad at me. She be like, man, why you get like you'll have the black and the white and the black. And you trying to go all black, but you got so many options of the same color, so many options of the same style tee. It just like it get wild for you after a while. Like Red said, I think we create a problem like after a while, and like in order you could have options. I feel like with certain things, but I think the only way to kind of like where it don't get crazy for you is if you organize with it. Like you know how you be saying sometimes like it's organized chaos. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot, but it's organized in a way where like I could see it fast, or I could, you know what I'm saying? I could be able to get to it fast, like, cause it do become a problem after a while, dog. Like I don't know how I get there, but I know like man, it becomes an issue after a while. Even if you, I feel like it get like that. Even if you dealing with a lot of females, you feel me? Like. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when your time you got options of who you want to deal with, then you got too many options tugging at you at one time type thing.
Yo, what's good? Sorry for the interruption, but this episode of 4 Quarters is brought to you by FSC Academy. Go to fsc.academy right now. Put your email address in and log in. We got a lot of stuff coming up, so go check us out.
Like I definitely want to touch on that females option, but let me bring it right back to what you said right before that. And don't let me forget that little topic on when it comes to the ladies. But like we in the fashion world, right? We've been doing this for 10+ years, so we got hella options as far as what we want to wear. Because you know sometimes we got one-on-ones, specific colorways that never even dropped. So we got hella options at our disposable, right? So I'm looking at my closet one day and I'm looking at everything that I got to wear. And it might, for me, sometimes it might take me longer than my girl to get ready because I got too many options. So going back to that organization, so what I did one day, I was like, man, let me just pick a Saturday. I organized the whole closet, redid everything. I put all my shoes in the shoe compartments, bought that stuff that you showed me one time, lined everything up. So it's a lot quicker for me. So with too many options, if you organize everything, I feel like that'll help you. So let me fast forward a little bit, not going back to the ladies, man. So we all like had our fair share, just like having fun, right? Even before I got all the way in. It was to a point where I felt like I had too many options to where I had to write down what I was like had conversations with just to remember, so I don't say the wrong thing. No, I was deep into just having
organized.
You know what I'm saying? So I was wilding. I was like, you know, it just got to a point where I'm like, boy, I don't want to slip up. But that also created a problem for me. I was too distracted. I ain't focused on what was in front of me. And then now that I'm realizing that just zeroing in on one person, man, it just made a world of a difference for me. You know what I'm saying?
You get to stay way more focused.
Stay focused.
You get to put your time where it's needed. Yeah. Like a lot of that stuff be distractions, man, and like it ain't even needed like that. Like I remember like when I was a jit, like just jumping out here, like after my first real relationship, we broke it all, dog. I was like, forget it, I'm out here, you feel me? I'm like 19. I'm all, you know, we still talking on the phone late night. So I got so many options to the point where I'm on the phone late night. Like you said, you forget who you talking to. I'm talking in my sleep. I'm mentioning the wrong names and stuff. Like, dang, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang.
Or remember when we went to that restaurant? Like, nah, wrong bitch. Yeah. I got that twice. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, nah, well, we gonna go down. Let's pray a little bit. That done happened for me a couple times. I'm like, damn, you right.
But, like, man, I feel like you said, like, when you zero in on it, that's when it get better for you. Like, I don't know what the food, I don't know if it's like because like we got X amount of dollars now. Like I remember at one point when we was back in Opalaka and like we used to eat lunch or eat food. Not even Bobby's. You know what I'm saying? We going to Bobby's.
Shout out to Bobby's.
Yeah, we ain't have no options. Ain't even no options on his menus. Facts. You know what I'm saying? You just get, you get a festival or not? You getting a fish?
You get a small, large.
Small or large.
So that kind of it works out better. You know what I'm saying? He'll change up the plate. True. No matter what it is, it's like it's gonna be vegetarian food. You feel me? Yeah. So I like having options, but I'm getting back to a point of liking it where it's simple, you feel me? Like it ain't too much when you creating too many options, dog, it's like, man, you creating a headache in a sense for yourself, dog. That's how I feel.
I feel you. Yeah. I think like what you just said about like having decision made for you, or kind of I feel like that's why I be kind of drawn to the idea of minimalism. I've been drawn to that idea for a minute, where it's like you don't have too much things going on, like your space is not cluttered and stuff like that.
True.
I'm not a minimalist now, but I definitely like to get to that point, and I feel like maybe that's why I would like to. I feel like that would be a way for me to make better decisions and just be less cloudy and
but is that
dark.
practical in a world of abundance, man?
That's
we
what I
live
think
in a
because
world
it's
of
hard.
I think
bro.
Extreme abundance.
Abundance. I feel like the abundance we probably keep thinking about is material abundance. I feel like you can have abundance without being material abundance. I feel like you can have abundance with like time and people that you kind of deal with or share time and experiences with. I feel like you still have abundance with minimalism.
True.
But I'd like to put that into practice and see really what it is. I'm not a minimalist now, but I feel like now everything's just cluttered for me, and I'm not as good as good organization like you are, Reg. And let me not say that. I'm gonna get better with that. I feel like I am good. I just haven't put the effort into being.
I just know for me, if I don't like write things down, if I don't like organize my life as best as possible, then I know I get sidetracked and I get cluttered, and I'm an overthinker anyway. So I kind of like to have my daily goals, my midterm and long term goals right in front of me, just so I don't get distracted. But then we live in a world where, in our industry at least, where opportunities come left and right, or leads come left and right. So in order for me to just focus on what's in front of me, I have to write it down. You know what I'm saying? That's just always been my thing.
I've witnessed you do it. You've been doing it for years. You've been excellent at it. You've been doing that shit since high school, since I know you. So
I think you're pretty good at that though, Cap. Like,
you
feel me? Like, from me, you know what I'm saying, observing you and working with you, like, I feel like you really got, like, you know how to come up with the schematics of the organization.
Appreciate it.
So that's kind of like where you started, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you're really good at that shit, dog. Like, cause you know how to draw stuff out. You feel me? Like, I done seen you draw like a whole schedule from a whole year schedule. Like, I think you raw at that thing.
Appreciate it. I think
it's just putting in the time on that focus on certain areas, dog. Like Red said, he took one Saturday.
Facts.
You always say you go clean up something or do something. Like, I got my whole garage waiting on me. You feel me? But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always say you go do it, and you like, that Saturday it passed, and the next Saturday it passed, then 2 months passed, you feel me? So it just really like buckling down and like saying I'm finna do it now, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's, we always be saying it like, dang dog, it took us 2 months to do something we could have did in one day.
Facts.
You feel me? Like,
you sound like a broken record.
Facts.
Like, man, come on, man. All we need is, it just don't really take 2-3 months. Sometimes it just takes, you come into the office, you zero in on that, don't worry about nothing else. Put your phone on silent for a second, and what took us 2.5 months to even talk about, we knocked it out in 24 hours. Or just a day's worth of work. You know what I'm saying?
You think all the options of stuff that we have in front of us kind of like it's so much to do or so much to focus on that we kind of like get away from what we should knock out right then and there?
Yeah, I mean, especially the industry that we in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's ever changing. It's a creative world, so nothing's ever going to be straightforward. So you always got to like kind of adjust with the type of industry that we in too.
Yeah.
About it. I think I was gonna change the subject a little bit, but I was just thinking, do y'all feel having a lot of options? Do having a lot of options increase that selfishness that's inside of us? Like, especially like, say if you're dealing with women or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Does it increase? Like, cause what is it that you're looking for when you have a lot of options in women? Like, it's crazy because I make smoothies a lot. So today I was, having these thoughts in my head. Like, I was putting together the fruits inside the blender, and I was just thinking to myself, man, if I can get a woman that could, I was thinking about the cups because I was putting fruits and stuff, and I was like thinking about how I can build a woman. And I was thinking, like, back in the days, when I had that many options of women, I don't know what it was. Maybe because I had a lot of energy, I was just trying to see, how much stuff I can conquer. But then at the same time, I don't know if I was just like, I was thinking to myself, I like this girl because she looks this way. I like this girl because of her language. I like this girl for her body. I like this. So when I was making a smoothie today, I was just thinking about, like, you know, if I could blend different parts of people and make them one person, one woman, like, you know what I'm saying?
What, G making a Powerpuff Diamond?
For real, yeah, I forgot about that.
Building shit, huh?
Yeah, like building
Sugar,
there.
spice, and everything nice.
No, so it was just weird because I would think about it, like when you, well, me personally, when I have all these options, sometimes it kind of highlight my selfishness as well. You know what I'm saying? And like, so it made me pose the question to myself. I was like, man, when you had less options, were you more grateful? Were you more thankful when you had less options? You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's times like I was saying earlier, when I walk inside my closet, then they be like, man, I don't know what to wear, I don't know what to put on, and then I'm looking like I got all this stuff to put on, you know what I mean? But it's just that I don't know if I want to wear low red shoes, mid red shoes, or high top red shoes.
Let me see if I could kind of answer your question from my perspective, from a personal perspective. It's like, okay, sometimes it's that, for me, I would definitely say it's selfishness. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in a grand scheme of things, it might not come off like that out the gate, but it's really, for me, it's definitely that, because it's like, you're looking for, like, your side chick is supposed to make you happy. It's supposed to make you forget about the stress of life and everything else, right? And then you go home and then, you know what I mean? Depending on how your household is, and you just, it's probably not the most, because you're not giving her the attention that she deserves, but you're looking for it in different ways. So if I could answer it like this, we tend to probably look for perfection in one person, but there's no such thing as that. Sometimes you just got to accept people for who they are. And then if they bring out the best in you, then I think that's the person you got to really zero in and lock in on, man. Like when I got with my wife, man, it's like she made me forget about things that didn't matter no more. And knowing that I got somebody that's just for me and just all for me, man, and just locked in on me, that's a feeling that I never want to mess up. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And there's nothing like having that real partnership. So to jeopardize that is just not even worth it. So, you know, when you're young, you gotta keep touching that stove until you learn.
Right.
So you don't want to get burnt no more. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Other way y'all thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's like you really gotta just like lock in on that one person, man. That's bringing out the best in you.
Yeah. I think having a lot of those options as well. Like I was watching this series with Mike Todd, and he was talking about being cuffed to cash. And so it's like, I think that's when it becomes a problem when you have a lot of options too. Is like when you start being cuffed to it. So like now you may have, like Rick was saying, you may have a black and white shoe, a white and black shoe, but just a different way how they placed it on the shoe. Or you may have like 4 pair of red shoes, but then you know you're not gonna wear them, but you're not gonna give them away either until they dry rot, and then you throw them away. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it could be bad when you have a lot of options, but then you start to get cuffed to the material, to that, you know, the materialistic thing.
It's hard to get out of it though, dog. Like,
it is.
Cause you being like it. I understand it's like being conditioned to it too.
Yeah, facts.
Like every year I buy the same J's. Christmas time, you know what I'm saying? Like every year it's like it's a condition. Like after 10 years of doing it, like how you gonna stop? Like you could, like ain't nothing wrong with stopping, but like it's like how you stop. Nah, it's like it get even greater. Like sometimes you start making excuses for yourself to do it. My excuse now, I'm like, man, I'm in the fashion. Like I gotta stay fresh. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have the latest. I gotta wear this. Like I'm telling myself that. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody ain't even asking me why. I'm just like telling me, man, I gotta stay fresh. Like I can't wear the old. Like I could if I want to. Like,
but y'all feel like having disposable income now at our age allows us to abuse like options? You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, you know, when we was in like let's just say grade school or middle school or elementary, where your parents only bought you either all black kicks because you know that's really pretty much all they could afford, and they got to last for almost half a year or the whole year. And it's easy to clean and it's easy to wipe down. But now we could pick out any color shoe or whatever it is of that one design. 11s, I got too many 11s to name, man. And I probably wore maybe 20% of them. For real.
I already know.
You know what I'm saying? Like having too much can also create too many options. Sometimes.
I feel like that too. I feel like the older you get, the bigger that option bucket gets. You know what I'm saying? And that's on all levels, not just on shoes is like just the tip of the iceberg. But we getting into having an option of cars. You feel me? Having an option of where I'm gonna stay. You know what I'm saying? And it's great because those type of things, like the assets, they become assets and stuff like that. But it's still like, man, like if you had one, like, you know what I'm saying, you had just one crib or just one car, now you only got to pay insurance on one vehicle rather than paying insurance on 3. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like one car you probably only drive on Saturday or Sunday or once a month. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
every month that payment due.
Yeah, so like
touching it.
It is like, I feel like, man, when you get more, you create those headaches for yourself. I feel like if I was in that mode of when I had a little bit, then I say so much more. You feel me? Like like bands, like you feel me? So man, that option to me, I feel like the option thing is like having it is good, but I know at the end of the day, it's kind of like it could get to you, especially.
All right, y'all. So you made it to the end of this episode, man. Dope. We got even way more things to give you guys. Be sure to go to fourquarters.podcast and learn more information. Subscribe, like, share this, tag a couple friends, do all that. And then also check out FSC Academy, where we'll be dropping our ebook, our training courses on how to build a brand, teamwork, just everything from how to actually even trademark your logos, the whole nine, man. We're giving a lot of free game on there. So sign up, tune in, subscribe, like. See you on the next one.
On the material end. And on the female end too, dog.
Get to every end, and like you said, Reg, with the increase of a disposable income, like I found myself getting, I think like 4 or 5 gym memberships. I don't even know what I was doing. Like I had a boxing gym. I had another gym.
We was at CrossFit.
I had CrossFit. I had a retrofit wearing Davey for some reason, I don't know.
UFC.
I had UFC. I had 24. I had, and I'm sitting there thinking like, I created like all these memberships for what? Because I wanted options. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, I want an option just in case if I go this way, I can go to the gym this way, and then if I want to go out west, I go this way in the morning. It's like what are you doing?
Creating more headaches for yourself.
You're creating more headaches for yourself. Like, I used to have a budget to eat, and they created the systems to make it easier for us to spend. Like with the Uber Eats, because like you said in Opalaka, it wasn't much options. We'll just go to either McDonald's or Bobby's. But like you said, Bobby's didn't have much options either. But it was controlled spending, and then as the income started to increase a little. Then they put Uber Eats on the phone, and it's easy to spend. Your information is stored into these apps, and at the press of a button, you can get whatever you want, instantly. And then so it's just crazy the way with the increase of disposable income, how that can send you on a whole nother journey of spending. You don't even know why you spending.
And they put those things in place, man, just for us to do that. I remember, Rick, you came in the office one day, you was like, man, I had to delete the Sneakers app or some app. I did that the other day. I had to delete my Farfetch app. I'm like, yo, I don't even need this. But they advertise 30% off, 40% off. It's like, man, you think you're getting a lick. And really, they're just trying to get rid of inventory. And now them same kicks are still sitting next to the J's. You know what I'm saying? So it's just...
in your closet.
In the closet.
Living rent-free.
But
I deleted sneakers because I tired of catching L's for real. I hate sneakers. Man,
I hate it when I lose, but I love it when I win. Like
that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel especially like Nike did me a favor by letting me purchase they shit. Like that's crazy.
And they laughing straight to the bank.
Was there a time y'all remember that having too many options started to affect y'all?
For sure, man.
Man, shit.
Yeah, I could be
in all aspects of life. It could be women. It was, even prior to joining y'all boys, man. Doing I was prior to like, you know, joining the team and doing the fly supply thing full time. I was designing websites, doing graphic design work.
Yeah, he was a man.
And I was kind of like burnt out with industry. You know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing. I was having high clientele, but I was having too many options too. I at that point I was just hungry and young and just full of energy. So I was just taking everything that was on my plate.
Yeah.
But then that became detrimental to me because I no longer enjoyed doing what I did. Instead of being selective like I used to be, it was all about $1 now. And then it started to show in my work, and then I realized, man, damn, I feel crazy accepting this 4-figure check or whatever it was, knowing I didn't give them my all, but they don't know better. So I was like, damn, man. And because before I would do, when I was hungry and wasn't even getting to it like that, I would, no matter what the price was, no matter what the client's budget was, I would do my best work. You know what I'm saying? Just to have a lasting impression, because I always treated a client like 10 more clients. They're going to refer me. I was always about referral business.
Right.
I rarely advertised. I did none of that. Every client that I had back in the day was based off referral. But then eventually when I was just getting comfortable and it was coming in so easy, and then my referral base started exceeding me, even needing jobs, it started to show and reflect in my work. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where having too many options kind of like hurt me and made me feel burnt out. And then I just kind of needed another shift in life because I wasn't really, that's not my makeup, accepting bread and doing somebody not right, giving them the best of my ability. Even though they might be satisfied with the work, I know personally that's not my best work, and I'm accepting your money.
Gotcha.
That just wasn't my makeup.
I feel you.
Yeah, I feel like at one point in life, having access to like a lot of different girls and stuff, like I said, like it kind of like, I think like when I was in like school, I could have been way more focused though. I could have been like, the stuff I know now, if I would have like tried to zero in on what I was trying to do then, like I feel like I would be way more valuable as an asset to myself and to, you know what I'm saying, the things I'm trying to do in life with the companies that we building and stuff like that. I feel like, man, having too much to do with your time, like you kind of like, you just get pulled in every direction, and kind of like, that's, you know how like people be trying to find their purpose in life. Everybody be wanting to know like what they trying to do for themselves or what they want to be. A lot of times if you just zero in on yourself and stop trying to give your time to like everybody else in the world and stuff like that, you just like take some time to yourself, that's when I feel like you find your purpose and find you for real. I luckily, you know what I'm saying, like I was paying attention to myself and just listening to certain things that like just be speaking to me like in my head, and I bounce these stupid ideas off of y'all boys, and y'all be like, nah, that could work. It ain't even really stupid, it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even go to fashion school. I'm like, man, we finna build a clothing line. You feel me? And then like spit that out to y'all boys, and y'all like, yeah, that's hard, that could work. It's crazy to me, or it's stupid to me, because I ain't never been in business, you know what I'm saying, before. We been in business, but you know what I'm saying, I ain't never really been in business where it's like, man, hand in hand, like money transactions in that way, in a real business. But like I knew that's what I wanted to do, but by me like kind of like just not having the options, taking time to myself, just spending that time with myself, just shopping and stuff like that. Certain things come to you. If I was like doing something else with a female, shopping with somebody else, that idea when it came to me, you feel me?
True.
Those things when it came to my head. So I feel like when you know what I'm saying, having too many options, man, that I just feel like it just get to you at certain points, like especially like with the females and stuff like that, you feel me?
So in other words, options can be distractions.
Right. I think options can be distracting. I think that but I do think if you have a clear goal in mind, then I think the clear goal can kind of limit the amount of options you have. You know what I mean? Because then with a clear goal, you won't go reaching at everything and think that those things are options or opportunities. If you have a clear goal of what you want, I think if you have a clear goal of what you're trying to do, like say for instance, like if you're getting dressed and you know, like, all right, I'm going to something that's semi-formal, then you know with that, if you have that goal in mind to dress semi-formal, then all the other shoes don't matter, because you know this shoe match that. So I think eventually if you get a clear goal in mind, then it can help limit.
You pretty
those
much
options.
answered my next question, because we touched base on options, right? And
Yeah.
but we kind of like, I want to say, focus a little bit more about the negative side of options. But you kind of like touch base on a positive side of options. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What would you say, Cap? Like, when it comes to options, having multiple options, meaning that obviously an option is more than one choice.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say having more than one option is beneficial, or anybody?
It's beneficial because, well, just the general idea of having options is beneficial because now your possibilities are expanded.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like now you can either say you want to go semi-formal. You could either rock, you could go all the way and rock the lubes,
Mm-hmm.
or you just keep it light and rock some Ferragamo loafers or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or you could put some sneakers on with it too.
And you can put some sneakers on and you like really go in on whatever you got up top.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely expand the possibilities of what you want to do, and that is definitely
And options allow you to be creative, man. Because if you just stuck with one choice, then you just got to deal with what you have.
True.
But when you have the position, or you're in the position of having options, you could really get freaky with it.
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to go back to the point you made though about being grateful with less options. I feel like that's an interesting point because coming up like now, with disposable income, you able to get, or I was personally able to get the kicks I couldn't get in middle school, like window shopping on East Bays. I couldn't get MJs. I couldn't get 11s or the Grant Hills. I just got them like last 2 years probably.
Yeah.
I couldn't get those because I didn't have any options, but or disposable income. But now that I was able to get them, I was able to get everything I wanted on some vibes like that. But I think like not having it back in the day, or my parents working hard. We have 4 kids. Like they trying to take care of all of them.
Yeah.
It later on, I felt grateful that I actually came up in humble beginnings
Facts.
and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Made
saying?
you appreciate it more.
I appreciate it way more. I'm able to call those, be like, yeah, I'm glad I got them. I'm glad I got these options now. I feel like if I was exposed to that maybe at a young age, it wouldn't hold as much value, which could be
Yeah, right on the dot, man.
it maybe could be either or a good or bad thing, but I feel like now that it has more significance now from the lack of back in the day, that I'm able to appreciate a little more now, and I'm able to appreciate not having back then. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's a dope way to look at it, for real, man.
Yeah. So with that being said, then options can be good, and it is good, but then options can be bad if you let it consume you.
You gotta choose wisely.
Yeah, you got to choose wisely,
Yeah.
and then you also have to don't get cuffed and controlled by all of those options. You know what I'm saying, that you have. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm guilty of it, and it's something that that I'm working on personally. You know what I mean? But control the way you
Make these choices.
Make
man.
these choices.
Too many options.
Yeah, with too many options.
Yeah.
It's hard, dog. Like it's hard to kind of like control it though. Like with social media, it's super hard, bro.
social media.
It's
Oh,
in your
man.
face. It's literally
Yes.
in your face, man. At a
Like
click of a
it's hard
button.
with everything on the media. But yeah,
Yeah.
man.
But like G said earlier, though, if you have a focus or a goal or a direction you want to go in, it could be a little easier.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You ain't
Yeah.
really tagging that or tugging at all the different options.
So
and shit.
get
I
focused,
like that
man.
point.
Yeah.
I gotta get more focused too.
You got it, dog.
That's
4
what-
quarters,
that's what it is.
Four quarters,
man.